Today we're doing Poison Spyder Trail. We just stopped and saw the dinosaur tracks. We did try and do this like 2 days ago, but our steering was being terrible, so we had to turn around and go back. A couple thousand miles into our trip, I think we've hit 4 different OHV areas across 3 states. I'm pretty sick. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Very easy for you to jump in.
But he won't. Did you stall it right there?
Yeah.
If a person owned a fabrication shop and was about to go on a 6,000-mile trip where they go rock crawling in 3 different states, their vehicle wouldn't leak this much. You'd just be wrong. It's just not the case.
What's happening? The hose clamp wasn't tight? Or the hose wasn't tight on the...
The hose clamp is fucked.
The pump?
Yeah. It's
Is that a technical term?
It fucked, yeah. It's a step after kind of shitty. So, I'll put another thingy on it. God damn it.
2 is good, 3 is more good, right?
Yeah. It's got to be at least
about,
20% better, right? I think that adds up.
10-pole hood sticks.
Huh?
You just keep adding them.
You just, yeah. When 2 break, you go to 5. When 5 start bending, you should probably buy a hood prop, but thinking about going to Napa and getting a little bubble mirror, and I have some like goop. I'll just glue it on. Because I have realized that I do actually use that mirror a lot. And,
now you realize?
Yeah. I mean, I've almost backed into you like 3 times. I feel like just since I broke it off.
He only misses things when he can't have them. Just like gin.
It's true. I didn't even want any gin. I just wanted to have it. I don't even fucking... I got like a liter of it. It's enough to last me years. Oh man, why don't I have power tools right now?
Power tools on hose clamps, what could go wrong?
Yeah. Who does this shit by hand? Really? Ian tightens the hose clamp for 4 hours. I'm gonna get on your side. Okay. Just sit down. Oh yeah, it's nice and warm in here. Edit that part out.
Can we do this?
Man, this is very precise and technical.
Yeah, so you want me to do it?
Yeah, you should do it.
Do you want me to do it? I can do it probably faster.
Faster?
Yeah. This is very technical work, Ian.
Is it technical work?
Yeah.
You done yet?
Ian.
What?
You can't rush these things. You of all people know that.
Is that why we're waiting to do it until we're fucking...
That's right. You can't rush the process.
On the trail? We take tune-up while you drive to an extreme that it probably shouldn't be taken to. What do you think about that? You think so?
I think there might be some truth to that.
Do you notice how his truck just kind of runs?
He showed up running.
I know. He showed up running, and it's still running.
It still has all the fluids in it.
I know. Yeah, that's what's weird. Although I did see you pour more oil in, so.
Oh.
That's because I changed the oil in the dark before I left.
Oh. You changed the oil before you left, too?
Yeah.
Fuck, this guy's fucking on top of it.
Wow,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Making us look bad.
It's for real. He's making us look dumb, dude. Man, you guys, I wish there was something I could do to actually make this video look as awesome as it looked in person. But there's really no amount of color or anything that really beats being there. It's just so insane every single turn. You guys can probably tell right now, there's gonna be a part 4 to this video, and we really appreciate you guys watching all this stuff. I did accidentally delete 92 clips from our trip, which was a huge bummer, so that's probably why you guys notice there's a bunch of voiceover, and sometimes there's like a bunch of stuff missing. I'm learning so much about all this stuff. Even just the amount I've learned the past 2 weeks alone has been crazy. So really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys enjoy these. One of the coolest things about social media is we had never met Matt before in our entire lives. In fact, I didn't even talk to him online at all. And he just hit us up and came out and joined us for 3 days in Moab and kind of was our own personal tour guide. His truck is so cool. There's a 4.8 liter LS shoved under that hood, and he's got an alternator with a trick diode so he can use it as a welder, and his AC stuff is actually a compressor to fill his tires. It's just such a sick build. His engineering background definitely shows through with some of the mods he does. We would love to have a 4.8 in our truck. That's probably the one thing that's really lacking, is we need like 3 more engines.
Almost lost your phone.
Oh,
Not balanced. It's close.
sorry. I should have put it in a better spot. Sorry.
This obstacle was so frustrating for me. I couldn't help but think that had the rear air locker actually worked, this thing would have scooted right up it. I tried to readjust to see if maybe another line would be a little better, but just with that one tire fire in the rear, it just wasn't happening. It's so frustrating to have brand new parts broken, and for some reason it seems like everything on the truck that we got off Craigslist or eBay works great, but the stuff that's almost brand new is just junk. I tried to make it a habit to actually check the steering anytime we stopped. As you guys remember from the first video, we actually had 2 separate issues going on. The splines on this pitman arm got so loose that it was letting the arm just flop around no matter how tight you made it. And of course, the pump completely grenaded on us.
Come on, Moose. Let's go to the cliff.
You could see how with a front sway bar, my front end wouldn't have been so pitched over, and the truck would have been a little flatter. But really, the suspension is probably the best part of this truck. And the look on people's faces when we give them rides in it, and you can hit whoops doing whatever speed you want, is just too funny.
Still okay right now?
Of course, that doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement.
Yeah.
And everyone knows I'm never really happy with anything.
With my foot off the brakes, get the gas.
It's coming down now. There we go. Yeah, you're fine.
This was definitely another case of things seeming scarier in person. But I will say that at the back of my mind always was the fact that we had to drive this thing almost 18 hours home after we were done wheeling here.
Hey, wait, just check all your mirrors are intact.
Oh, with the jokes. Unfortunately, we didn't make it that far. The truck started to get super hot. I was worried about the worst thing possible. As I turned it off, a puff of white smoke came out of what I thought was the fan motor, and my mind was racing. I thought this would be a good spot to work on it, but maybe I was wrong. That one goes nowhere, so it's spare. No, looks fine. That's not what I wanted to see. This is my ghetto last minute wiring from some other time.
Temporary fix is permanent.
Yeah. Oh, this view seems fine. Oh, it's gonna make me get out my multimeter. Hopefully I didn't just grenade the electric motor in the fan again. Now, all right, what happens when I turn the key to key on? Let's see. Nothing? Does the fuse light up? No? Okay.
What turns the fan on?
AC or something. In the fuse box. I think I see. Key on the...
Is it the fuse?
Is key on? I don't remember. What's the ground here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
What is it?
It's getting 12 volts.
Ooh.
That's worst case scenario. There's a fan blew up again. The S-Pod will do the high-speed fan motor, but you're not supposed to turn it on without low on. That's weird, it wasn't even making any noise.
Mm-mm.
Let's see, which one is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So high-speed works.
So just run it
Why
on
does
high
low-speed have power but not work? It's the same motor.
Do you want to just put the fuse in and just check it again? Because
Sure.
if it's got a weak connection or something, you can still get voltage, but as soon as you try to draw current, it drops to 0.
Oh, really? So, you think I should test it downstream?
Just, shove your probe into the fan side of that, top of that fuse blade.
Into the fan side? Alright. I could also just swap to another fuse real quick, too. Let's see. What's the ground? Probably that. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's with key on?
Yeah.
Dang, you're so smart. How'd you get to be so smart? Alright, I'm gonna try swapping the fuse first.
It may be the feed to the relay too.
Okay. I'll just run it without a fuse too. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not the fuse. I think it's the actual relay.
Oh, really? That's too easy.
This one goes nowhere, right?
Yeah. That one, that's from my old setup, and I left it there specifically for this. Here, let me turn the key off. Real quick. Key off?
Try now.
All right.
There it is.
So what relay is that? Is this a fucking China one? I think this is a... Ooh, it's hot. The relay itself is like...
Yeah, it's not that bad. I did feel both of them when,
Yeah.
as soon as you opened it, I didn't feel like it's just engine heat blowing up here.
Yeah. That's so weird. Have you ever used those glow fuses before? They have a little LED light in them, and as soon as they break, they glow red. It's
Yeah,
really
that's a good
nice. Yeah, I have all. They're not cheap, but I've replaced all fuses with them. So you literally just open the fuse box, and you're like, nothing's going. Carry on. All right. Well, maybe I'll give it a minute or two so the truck isn't Chernobyl hot. Or actually, I can run the fan now, so it should be okay.
That should do it.
Also, I'll just take a relay off something else too.
Oh, we just jump it and let it run all the time.
True, yeah. That's how I did a whole trip with a light bar like that, but I felt like a fucking dick driving around with it on.
Blinding people.
It's like we'd like roll through a camp spot finally, and you're like, turn your fucking light bar off. I'm like, it's shorted against the battery. I'm glad I noticed it get hot because I have not been looking at the gauge.
I know.
I've only been looking at the scenery. So that was like purely by accident that I didn't just blow up the truck. Say, I've overheated this truck probably 100
many
times.
times.
Like, I'm not exaggerating, probably 100. Yeah, kind of lazy. Oh. I need some zip ties. The charcoal can doesn't usually live there. I bet that's why it smells like gas.
It's just hanging here.
Huh?
Structural zip tie failure.
I believe I had that actually mounted, which obviously is my
Yeah, I
mistake.
know.
Because had it been mounted with zip ties, clearly this wouldn't have happened. But
You fabricated bracket?
huh? Shit. No, Brittany. Why'd your bracket
did
break?
not do this.
You did this. Ah, it broke the plastic. See? This is Toyota's fault. They should have known I was gonna bolt that to my fender and then hit whoops at 60 miles an hour. I bet this is why it randomly smells like gas.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. This ain't puking gas? That's a new problem. Oh, this is better than a fucking mount. Now, why did I do this in the beginning? Why wasn't this option A? Well, I have some hella ones. Ah! Did you see that?
Did you just smack yourself?
Yes, in the face with a zip tie.
$20
Mint.
zip ties fixed.
Mint. Shoot, who would have thought that you can't just bolt a thin piece of plastic to the fender with a 3/8 bolt and then hit whoops? Good for us. Okay. Fix the problem. Fix the problem that wasn't the problem. Now, making this a little bit more professional.
Do you see Moose in there?
Like passed out.
You can probably see him right over that.
Oh, buddy. Jesus. All right. Pretty good. We're only averaging a breakdown every 2 miles.
Alright, are you ready to fucking go yet?
Are you fucking ready to go yet?
Just fucking around.
Are you just fucking around?
What's up with your moosey boys?
Look at your little tongue. Look at it.
Just retracting. Alright. Yeah.
Ah, there it went. Oh, no, the metric one is just in there. I'll get you the metric one. Here's this.
No, nice. Oh. Oh, you know what I think happened?
What?
The mount ripped off
Oh.
and it's long gone.
Oh, yeah, it's on the trail somewhere. Here's a 17. The upper mount just blew up or something?
Yeah, it's ripped. The frame is so thin there.
Yeah. It's like 14 gauge or something.
If I don't make it up any obstacles now, I've got an excuse.
Is that true? Pulling my shocks out.
Alright. At least we just lost a mirror, huh?
Yeah, I know. No shock. Wow.
I bet this shock was cheaper than your mirror.
I don't know about that.
$40 shock.
Hey, it's an eBay mirror, so.
Some good parts in there. I think we can reuse those parts.
The shims are just like, they're just open in there. It's like a maraca now. Okay. I kind of thought you would notice, but.
We were on that ice though.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop you on the ice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only a little bit further to the car park. You probably think.
Oh, yeah.